Ever wondered what's inside the Earth? Ready to journey to the center of the Earth? That's right, folks. Today, we're embarking on an extraordinary adventure. A voyage like no other, straight down into the heart of our planet. Isn't that exciting? Now, you might be asking, what are we going to find there? Excellent question. Well, we're going to uncover some truly fascinating stuff like the layers of the Earth, its composition, age, weight, and even its size. We'll be learning about the crust, the mantle, and the core. And believe me, it's not just your average geography lesson. We're going to be delving into some fun facts and mind-blowing details about our home planet. So, are you ready to become Earth experts? Fantastic! It's going to be an adventure packed with curiosity, discovery, and a bunch of laughs. Fasten your seatbelts. We're starting our journey to the center of the Earth. Our first stop is the Earth's crust, the outermost layer. Feel it under your feet? This is the part of Earth that we live on, walk on, and build our homes on. Neat, right? The crust is like Earth's skin, made up of rocks and soil. It's not uniform though. Its thickness varies wildly, ranging from just 3 miles beneath the oceans to about 45 miles underneath the lofty mountain ranges. Now that's quite a stretch. Interestingly, the crust is divided into colossal chunks called tectonic plates. These plates are like puzzle pieces fitting together to form the surface of our planet. And guess what? They're not stationary. They move, albeit very slowly, causing earthquakes and volcanic eruptions when they bump and grind against each other. Talk about a rock and roll party. But here's a fun fact. Despite its importance and the drama it sometimes creates, the crust is the thinnest of Earth's layers. It's like the skin on an apple. Imagine that. If Earth was an apple, the crust would be just as thin as the apple's skin. Makes you look at your apple snack a bit differently, doesn't it? The crust has a crucial role too. It's not just there for show. It contains all the landforms we know, mountains, valleys, plains, and oceans. It also houses life-sustaining elements like oxygen, silicon, aluminum, iron, and more. Without the crust, life as we know it would be impossible. So the next time you step outside, remember, you're walking on the thin skin of a massive planet, the crust. A layer that's not just a solid surface, but a dynamic, living part of our planet, teeming with activity and life. Now, imagine we're drilling down through the crust, deeper into the Earth. Welcome to the mantle, the thickest layer of the Earth. Now buckle up, folks, because we're about to plunge into the heart of our planet, and it's going to be a thrilling ride. So, what exactly is the mantle, you ask? Well, picture this. A super thick, sweltering hot layer of rock that sits right under the Earth's crust. This enormous layer makes up a whopping 84% of Earth's total volume. Talk about hogging space, right? The mantle is composed mostly of silicate rocks rich in iron and magnesium. And let's not forget about the heat. It's pretty toasty down here, with temperatures ranging from 1,300 to 2,200 degrees Celsius. That's hotter than the surface of the sun. No wonder we left our picnic basket at the crust. But the mantle isn't just about the sizzle. It plays a critical role in shaping our planet. You see, the heat from the mantle creates convection currents that move the Earth's crust. This is what causes earthquakes and volcanic eruptions. So the next time you see a volcano erupting on the news, you'll know that the mantle is behind it. Now here's a fun fact to impress your friends. If you were to drive from New York to Los Angeles, you'd cover a distance of about 4,300 kilometers. But the mantle? Its thickness is about 30 times that distance. So if you're planning a road trip through the mantle, you might want to pack a few extra snacks. And did you know that the pressure in the mantle is over 1 million times the pressure at sea level? And yet, despite these extreme conditions, scientists believe that there may be living organisms in this layer. Talk about tough cookies. Ready to dive deeper? We're heading to the core. Hold on tight because we're about to explore the center of the Earth. We've reached the core, the heart of the Earth. Now, this is where things really heat up. The core is the deepest, hottest layer, and it's split into two parts. The outer core, which borders the mantle, and the inner core. The border separating these regions is called the Bullen discontinuity. Can you say Bullen discontinuity? It's quite a mouthful, isn't it? The core is mostly composed of iron and nickel, similar to metal marbles. It's incredibly hot, with temperatures that match those on the surface of the sun. That's right, the center of our Earth is as hot as the surface of the sun. You wouldn't want to touch that, would you? Now the outer core, about 2,200 kilometers thick, is mostly composed of liquid iron and nickel. The flow of these metals generates the Earth's magnetic field. You know, the invisible force that makes compasses point north and helps birds navigate when they migrate. Without the outer core, we wouldn't have this handy feature. The inner core, though, is a different story. It's solid and about 1,200 kilometers in diameter. Despite the intense heat, the inner core is solid because of the immense pressure bearing down on it. Talk about being under pressure, right? Here's a fun fact. Did you know that even though the core is the hottest part of the Earth, it's also the layer we know the least about? That's because we've never been able to send a person or even a machine down that far. It's just too hot and too high pressure. All our knowledge about the core comes from studying earthquake waves, and that's our journey to the center of the Earth. But wait, there's more. Did you know that Earth is over 4.5 billion years old and weighs about 5.972 times 10 to the power of 24 kilograms? Now that's a lot of birthday candles and a serious number on the scale. Imagine if Earth had a birth certificate. It would read, date of birth, approximately 4.5 billion years ago. That's right, our planet has been around for a very, very long time. Scientists have estimated its age by studying rocks on Earth and meteorites from space. The oldest rocks ever found on Earth are around 4 billion years old, and the oldest minerals in those rocks are even older, a whopping 4.4 billion years old. Now let's talk about Earth's weight, or more accurately, its mass. If you could put Earth on a giant cosmic scale, it would weigh an incredible 5.972 sextillion kilograms. That's a 5 followed by 21 zeros. To give you a sense of that number, it's like the weight of over a billion elephants. Okay, let's move on to size. Earth is the third planet from the Sun and the fifth largest in our solar system. It has a diameter of about 12,742 kilometers. If we could drive around the Earth's equator in a car moving at 100 kilometers per hour, without stopping for food or bathroom breaks, it would take us almost 13 days to complete the journey. Here's a fun fact. Earth isn't a perfect sphere, it's an oblate spheroid, which means it's slightly squashed at the poles and slightly swollen at the equator. So, if you're standing at the equator, you're about 21 kilometers farther from the Earth's center than if you're standing at one of the poles. Isn't Earth incredible? But let's see how much you remember. It's quiz time. Ready to test your knowledge? Let's see how much you remember from our journey to the center of the Earth. Question 1. What's the outermost layer of our planet? Is it the crust, the mantle, or the core? I'll give you a moment to think. Got it? The answer is the crust. Moving on to question 2. Which layer is the thickest? Is it again the crust, or maybe the mantle or the core? The answer is the mantle. Now for the final question. How old is our Earth? Is it 4 billion years old, 5 billion years old, or 6 billion years old? Take a second. The correct answer is about 4.5 billion years old. Great job on the quiz. Thanks for joining our journey to the center of the Earth. See you on the next adventure.